I'm Jessica with that hashtag show, and I'm here today with Ashley Storrie to talk about her new show, Dinosaur. Ashley is the co-creator, writer, and stars as the lead character. Thank you for talking with me today.
Thank you for having me, Jessica.
And now tell me a little bit about the idea for the show.
Dinosaur is a show about a woman called Nina who is a paleontologist. She loves dinosaurs and she's really funny and she loves her sister. She's also autistic, but that's only a small part of who she is. And her sister, who is her life, tells her out of the blue that she's getting married to a man she's only known for 6 weeks. And this throws Nina's whole world into chaos. And she has to decide, is she going to be a good sister or ruin a marriage because bleh.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I know that the 6 weeks I had a similar reaction to Nina, feeling that way, and also felt a little bit like when I found out my own sister was getting married. It was not a 6 week relationship, but she was like 19, fresh out of school. So the same kind of feeling, being like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Okay.
So yeah, definitely felt that one. Um, and I love Nina and Evie's relationship. I think they're wonderful, so cute together, beautiful. Since we did already cover that Nina is a paleontologist, why paleontology? Did you just pick from a cool bag of careers and thought what would be the most fun thing to be?
Well, interestingly, Dinosaur was already a pilot before I got brought on. It was written, and the Matilda who wrote the pilot, Matilda Curtis, she'd already written that Nina was a paleontologist and loved dinosaurs. So I stepped into this world. I am one of the few autists who has no interest in dinosaurs. And I meet people constantly who ask me questions about them. And I'm like, yes, they were big, eh? I don't know what else to say.
And people are gonna know,
Yeah.
associate you with them now. Yeah.
Yes, but they couldn't find a job where liking Star Trek could be used as my main thing.
How do you
So
turn that into career? Yeah, for sure. Totally get that. So I know you have done so much stuff. You're on the radio, you do internet stuff, stand-up comedy, but I feel like, and maybe this is me not knowing your full story, but I feel like this is the first time you have been writing and co-creating and starring all in one thing for TV, right?
yeah, this is very much my first foray into proper acting. I've been a YouTube, well, not YouTube because the analytics don't like me there, but I've been making viral videos for most of my career on Facebook and on Twitter, and then doing stand up and being very much a lone wolf. And most of my TV credits have been like what's called factual entertainment. So it's me walking about being like, this is a cow, and here's how you milk them. And that's mainly been my career. Those videos exist. You can find them. They're on BBC
Sure.
Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
milking cows.
So how does it feel now to be part of this TV production and be working with a whole team and have that extra, I don't know, creative control you always have when you're making your own content a little bit, but having that control and being part of this bigger project.
It's been amazing. I love television. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I love scripted. I love reality. It's been a dream since I was literally a child to make a TV comedy, and I've done it now, and it felt great. Every single day of it, every 12-hour day felt amazing, and I loved it so much.
Perfect, perfect. I'm hoping there will be more because I really loved the series. I thought it was so funny. I had a great time, except for episode 5 where you made me cry. Um,
Oh, Jessica,
but still a
thank
great
you.
time in the end.
That's so
Very
kind.
Do you have a favorite moment from on set or a favorite character to write for?
I loved writing Amber. She's one of my favorite characters. She's very colorful and noisy, but getting to just on set have the actors come together, and because I come from a very stand-up-y comedy place of let's find the funny and be comfortable with what you're saying, there was a lot of fun to be had in just sort of playing with the material and not being precious about it and letting like you're in America, but Greg Hemphill, who plays my dad, is like an icon of Scottish television. and getting to have him and getting to play with him was a dream come true.
Did you know he was going to be part of the project when you were first getting involved?
No, I want that was a big call for me. I wanted him. He came to my school when I was 18 and did a talk and told me that I was funny. And from that moment forward, I was like, I need to work with him at some point. And he was on my list of people that I was just desperate to work with. And I pitched him to play dad, and luckily everybody was on board.
That's amazing. You really are making the dreams happen.
It's wild.
Right. Like, okay, great. Who's on my list?
Yeah.
Anybody else from the cast who you were rushing for, who you were really getting?
There was Kate Dickie plays a small part in episode 3. She's the lady in Game of Thrones who breastfeeds her son near the moon door. Um,
Yeah.
I am yeah,
Mhm.
uh-huh. I've been obsessed with Kate Dickie my whole life. I think she's so funny and weird. And then when I wrote a funny, weird character and they gave me options and I was like, is Kate Dickie available? And they reached out to her and she luckily was for that day. And it was so fun. I didn't ask her any Game of Thrones questions. I held it all inside, which I think was really grown up and professional of me.
Uh-huh. She gets this now. Now she gets to know.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. You let them find out afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This will be the
That's
moment.
so
She's like, ah,
it all makes sense now. She was looking at me and
yeah,
very strange, very strange. That's fair. That's from the episode where you go dress shopping, right, in the bridal shop.
yeah,
I think her talking about her parrot is maybe one of the funniest things for me. I live in Los Angeles and I've definitely heard people talk about their dog like that.
yeah.
So it absolutely took me out.
That was my episode. That was my baby. The parrot. I had to fight for that parrot. I really wanted a parrot.
I'm glad you should have. I'm very
Yeah.
glad the parrot made it
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Huzzah.
in. Perfect, perfect. I'm yeah, glad that survived the cuts that needed to be there.
That parrot was a diva. It wasn't. I don't know why I'm saying that. It was fine. It was a lovely parrot.
That's fair, that's fair. Can't have animals on set, you know, it's the whole thing.
Ironically, I think the parrot is the person who got the most selfies taken with crew and casts.
Sure, yeah.
Everybody got a picture taken with the parrot on their shoulders, and I think that's quite funny that that's probably the most sought after selfie companion
Mhm.
on Dinosaur.
Spin-off for the parrot coming up next. That's what's happening.
Probably.
Yeah. You launched a star career, I think. For sure, for sure. All right. I'm hoping that we get to see more from Dinosaur. I would like to see a season 2. What do you think would be next for Nina as she goes off on her adventure?
I think that I'd like Nina to have a love triangle just because I think they're a really funny trope. And also I'd like to see how she deals with that sort of being pursued from both ends. I wish I hadn't said it like that, but you know what I mean.
Excellent. Nope, that one's quoted. Yep.
I'd also there was a as an American, I love singing the Star Spangled Banner, and there was for like a day a bit of an episode where Nina just sings on karaoke the Star Spangled Banner a la Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas.
Beautiful.
And season 2, I have since now performed it for production, and I think they might be on board
It's
with and the rockets red flare, those bombs bursting in air. It's one of the most beautiful national anthems, and it's a banger. It's so good. You are so lucky.
no one has ever told me that before. I'm excited. I'm excited to see that.
It's on my most listened to songs on my iTunes. I cannot get over how good a national anthem it is.
I'm feeling like I found out before that Take Me Home Country Roads is like very big in like especially Asian countries abroad. And that was very surprising to me. And I feel like I'm having that moment again where I'm like, really? That's the song, that's the one.
It's so good.
Fair enough. And you know, gotta do the Fergie version.
Mhm.
Make it happen. All right, final question for you. Why should everybody go check out Dinosaur?
I think you should check out Dinosaur because it's funny and it's different, and especially if you felt maybe that you haven't been represented on television, Maybe you're in Dinosaur, maybe you're in Nina or an Evie, and that would be a cool thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely found it very relatable. I'm excited for people to get to see it. I'm gonna be aggressively, like, annoyingly recommending this to people
Oh,
personally.
thank you, Jessica.
I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for talking with me.
You too, bye-bye.